I don't know. We had like
Friendship is actually good.
Yeah.
But honestly, friendship, I'm gonna be really, really a mood killer because I don't really believe in friendship.
do you believe in friendship?
Yeah.
Okay,
nice.
you believe in
Actually,
friendship?
Like these
We
two?
don't.
We don't. This is
nice.
gonna be interesting.
Thank you for coming.
This is
All right.
gonna be interesting.
Let's
do
do it.
friendship. Let's do
All right.
friendship.
So I'm here with my good friends.
Because you don't need 20 friends. You just need 3 motherfuckers and you can take over a country. Okay, that's what we're confused as Americans. We think we need all these motherfuckers. You give me 3 bad motherfuckers and you're finished. You understand me?
Should I check? I should
Yes,
check.
you should check.
Can you put your hand exactly where my...
Well, just in front of them.
Okay, hurry up.
Man,
Friendship one.
I think this is the entertaining part of the
Listen,
podcast.
that's what I use in the beginning. if you watch, you would know.
I do watch the social media posts.
If you watch them, you would know.
I watch the ads,
Yeah.
which is
right,
what
hey.
you're referring to.
Okay.
All right,
Actually,
guys.
there's actually a bit more room if you want to...
Spread out.
Or shouldn't we take that risk?
No, I think it's good.
You're good? Everyone's good?
Everybody's good.
Yeah.
Should we close the door?
No, we like the air.
Yeah, but there's noise, no?
There's always noise.
let's just bring that noise with us.
All right, guys. Thank you
All right.
so much for being here. This is another episode of Another Day in Paradise, and today we are a full house, and we have Hannah, we have Saad, and Reda,
And Jawad.
and myself, of course, obviously. And today we decided to talk about friendship or the lack thereof. So it was interesting that in the very beginning we talked about friendship, and we talked very briefly about, do you believe in friendship? And it seems like some of us do, some of us don't. So it would be that's actually pretty interesting podcast ahead. So let's start off with the ladies first, I guess. Reda, can you start? Just teasing. I'm just teasing. If you don't like it, we can cut it. I think you should let it grow. So, Hannah, so what do you think about friendship? Do you have a best friend?
I do.
So there is a hierarchy in friendship in your eyes.
There is no hierarchy.
So you have a best one.
I have a close one.
Yeah, but there is when I say, do you have a best friend, you have one in mind, right?
Yeah, definitely. I do.
So, and you have a second best one.
No.
So there's
I
ranking.
think
No, the rest
it's,
just-
it's a distance thing.
Yeah,
not
the
a
distance between your
hierarchy
mouth
thing.
and the mic as well. It's a distance
You
thing.
do realize it's a podcast, right?
It's nice.
All right.
I think if
Back vocals.
I'll fix it in prod. Don't worry about it.
so, you asked me if I believe in friendship, and I said yes. But then, I think that's what you would expect as an answer. I think the people who don't believe in friendships should start explaining, which is you. Why don't you?
Okay, so you agree that there is like friendship, there is such a thing as friendship.
Yes.
But the thing is, let's talk about friendship first, and then we will attack Saad, because he doesn't believe in friendship, and that's a little bit crazy. See how it's turned on you? But that's okay.
Nice
I'll be
one.
back. I'll
Nice,
be back.
nice.
I'll be back.
We're just going around each other.
So there is a hierarchy in friendship. There is your best friend, and there is the rest, right?
Okay.
So when I say who is your best friend, you have one in mind, right?
Definitely. Shout out to you. You know who you are.
Yes.
Sorry. I had
Hello.
To. I had to.
You know who you are, but then it's not you.
Maybe
Though.
who you are.
Yeah, you might know who you are, but that's the trick, though. So
You never do.
it's never you.
I meant to say that there is one person that I have carefully selected as being a person who is dear or closer to me than the rest, right? But then I don't go into human relationships thinking about this in terms of hierarchy.
Yeah.
Like you qualify as one of my best friends. So I categorize people based on this. No, I just think that there are people I click with more than others.
Do you think it has to do with different circumstances? For example,
Absolutely.
at work, you might have your best coworker. He's a good friend or she's a good friend. But maybe when you work out, you have a workout
yeah,
friend,
yeah.
and when you work, you have a work friend.
I'm
and
a
when
big
you
believer that
Yeah.
many people could, this sounds bad, serve different
as they
things,
should,
right?
as they
Thank
should.
you,
They should
thank
be
you.
proud of it. Yeah.
Thank you. For example, there are
You're
people-
welcome. You're welcome.
I'm thinking as I'm saying stuff, but I said that there are people I click with more than others in different things. You can't tell me no. You can't tell me no.
That's true.
Sad.
No, I don't have any problem with the clicking.
Yes.
Uh,
Whatever that means. Pretty random.
that clicking. No, but essentially, I can understand that you have some people in life that are closer to you, that are more present.
Yeah.
I think that's the closeness. You talked about different areas, different friends, but there's people that are with you throughout your life. I shout out to that person that knows.
And again, same thing. It's not you, buddy. Believe me, it's not you.
But at the same time, I don't know. It's maybe I have a problem with the word friendship rather than I would replace it. Like if I could just think of the top of my head with more with companionship, somebody that is with you. And I don't believe in friendship the way that in the way I perceive it, that people think about it is like, oh, it's my best friend. So like, I don't know what that means, what my best friend means. I mean, you agree with me. I want to hear what they think.
Wait.
But
Let me speak for myself.
Yeah, okay,
I do
fine,
agree
fine.
with you. All right, I'll give you that one.
But the idea of like thinking that you're gonna spend all your life with that person and valuing it, and there's not gonna be any problems that's gonna separate you from that person. There's not gonna be any distance.
Yeah, physical distance.
I think life evolves, and sometimes people. The way I see friendship is that you're at a stage in your life or a couple of stages, and people will come along the way, will help you rise to the opportunities or whatever. And sometimes they'll just disappear because, I don't know, they went to Eastern Asia and you're in America and you're basically separated geographically. You can, hello, how are you?
But how about mentally breaking apart from a friend because now he's into whatever and you're not so much into that, so you're slowly drifting away?
That goes directly with what I'm saying is basically there's a lot, distance can be a separation, but also habits.
Interests.
Like let's say that you're involved into let's say bad healthy habits, and one of you two decides to have better healthy habits, and you start to have them. You're gonna start having some distance because just the lifestyle doesn't match.
True.
And this is where I'm not or against friendship, or I'm not fully subscribed to the friendship idea, is that depending on the circumstances, like you guys said, some people are fit to accompany you in that moment. But in general in life, I think that there's enough people in the world to continuously meet new companions, let's say, and not to stick to one. But I do believe, to come back to the point pro friendship, that there is these people that come along in our life and carry us through most of it. But I do feel like anytime there could be an end.
And we just care about them a little more than others. So they become into like they get into our inner circles. But
It becomes love. I think you become you give from yourself more than you would to generally anybody that you'd meet. But at the same time, I don't know. To be honest, it's just the word friends.
So let me
I
ask
need
you
to hear what it means.
If I tell you, do you have a best friend? Do you have somebody in mind that comes up or no?
No, because
No.
I mean.
All right. Me
No.
neither. Don't worry. Me neither.
I have people that I love more than anything in the world. If that qualifies as a friend for someone else, great. For me, it's like more. It comes into a family description.
Okay.
Do you see what I
You're
mean?
mixing, yeah. Honestly, that BS. Sorry. Let's cut this shit.
No,
And I'm saying this, and I'm part of your family, bro.
and I'm talking
that's-
about you this whole
that's
time, so
bullshit.
it's very
So-
disappointing.
He just dunked on you and he's your cousin.
Ali.
When it comes to friendship,
Yeah.
this is just my views. Because the way you described it, I think that you're not taking the essence of what friendship is.
Okay.
So I think amongst the things that are important, there's two fundamentals, if I may. You saw the structure there?
That's a good
Oh
one.
my
That's a
God.
good one. We'll keep it.
Now I don't know what to say. The first one
You may.
being having someone care about your well-being, right?
Yeah.
And the second thing is that same someone being like reliable in that care. So in friendship, you don't need always to click. Like you don't need to always be from the same background. You don't need to always be there geographically. But there is that sentiment of having someone that cares enough for you, and that should be rewarded, and that's what friendship is.
Yeah.
What makes you say that, okay, this is a friend and this is not?
Well, let's. I know he's the one that's on the fence, so I'm gonna put it in words that he would understand.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Employees.
I want to learn. Yeah.
In employees, right? What makes your best employee? It's the guy that you don't need to double check his work, don't need to guess on his intentions every time, that you can trust to do whatever needs to be done without
can
saying
rely
it,
on.
etc., etc. It's the same thing for friendships.
Okay.
And I think that those people in your life are essential, and it's very unhealthy not to have someone that you can drop your guard, your all that's. It's heavy to have relationships in life in general, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't have a safe place, man, by the time you're 30, bro, you'll be tired.
Yeah, I mean, friendship, honestly, like if somebody asks me who is your best friend, I just draw a blank. I have no best friend. I don't think of it as a hierarchy. I think of it as a different circumstance. For example, I have people I get along really well with when I play soccer. I have friends who I can call if I want to do some.
You have the best person in certain situations.
Yeah. And I don't expect somebody to fulfill all my hobbies and my needs and whatever. Like I don't expect somebody to call me to call if I have, I don't know, if I want to go work out or if I want life advice or if I want something. Like I have different people who
course.
are the best suited for different situations.
But is that friendship?
Yeah,
It is a form of
friendship.
friendship,
Okay.
of course.
I'm
Of
learning
course,
here.
because I care about them and they do care about me, but in a very cynical way, I think you have to pick yourself up. Like nobody is coming to save you. Life is like 100% your responsibility.
100%.
Nobody's gonna do something for you. They care about themselves first, and then if they can find time to help you, they can help you. But
But they
don't
can facilitate.
Yeah, but don't expect your best friend to like just drop everything on him and he's the one who's gonna
100%.
like
That's-
fix your
that's
shit.
not
Like,
healthy
he's
anyways.
not gonna
Toxic.
fix your shit.
So let me double down on that because that's exactly the point that I'm trying to make. Is that
You're like doubling down, man. Be careful there.
I'm doubling down on the BS.
Okay.
You're saying basically you can't rely on other people, and the problem I have with the word friendship and the way it's used is that people do use it as like I rely on a person.
Yeah.
And in my reality, well, the way I was educated is that you can only rely on yourself.
Family.
You can rely on family.
That's where you stop on yourself, bro.
No, it's like 100% on yourself.
Absolutely. I agree.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
80% on your family.
What,
Close
define
family, though.
define
On
family.
close family, yeah, no, family, brothers, not even
Blood
brothers,
relations.
parents.
Parents.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's even better. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so the people that I think we're all joining in the same thought is basically
Yeah.
people that love you and would go above and beyond and give of themselves for you.
Yeah.
So in the case of mentorship, of getting access to people that will help you, they do give of themselves. I don't think they expect anything in return, but I won't call that like love for you. They can have some kind of, superficial love
Affection, yeah.
or appreciation,
Yeah.
and they want to give in. But if you're in the ground, like sometimes you're like, if you're I'm living alone. Sometimes when I'm sick, and I'm alone in my bed, like wanting to cry, and
I
there's
wish we
nobody
had some
around,
violin music
Yeah.
there.
You can do it.
You would
Keep
like
going,
to
keep
have
going.
someone-
beatbox.
But do you think it's fun for someone to come take care of you?
That's it. So there's gonna be some people that will feel this like obligation
Yeah.
to do that, and I think that people assign the role of a loved one to friends, and that's a misplaced responsibility.
You think it's a
Friends
burden?
should not have to carry your weight. They can one up you. They can talk to you in situations.
They give you a push. They give you a bump. Nobody's
But-
gonna carry you on their shoulders.
What you're
But isn't
saying
it
is
the
that
same
they're
for
not-
anyone?
Yeah,
Regardless if it's family or friend.
Exactly.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think so.
I think it goes different with
Like I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
sick, right? In my life, when I was a kid, my mom used to take care of me when I'm sick, right? Today, if I'm sick, I'm not thinking, "Oh, my mom. I wish my mom was here." I would be like, because I care about my mom. I'll be like, "That's the last thing should do. I'm just gonna sit here and let it pass," you know.
Yeah, but then if
But she
you
would
call her,
love to.
she would love to help you.
She would get
Yeah,
positive.
but there's a lot of
emotions
people
from
that I would call if I'm sick that will help me out and love to help me up.
Yeah.
So what does that say? Does friendship doesn't exist?
No, a
I
lot of
sometimes-
people, including your friends, right?
So,
like a
so
lot of people.
Let me
Yeah.
like you're gonna take your friends out of their way to come help you, where your mother or your father is there. His whole life is to take care of you, and it's their way.
Yeah, but if you give them a
So-
pass, I understand. Like, okay, let me just give
And
them a pass.
I would rather like put put my friends in a more
Discomfort, yeah.
discomfort than my parents, for instance. So if I'm sick, I would rather call a friend than my dad or my mom.
Really,
100%.
Not because you favorite them, but because you would like for your family to
preserve them.
rest.
That means when I'm sick, I wouldn't call anyone, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
Like I don't think that it helps in any way the situation.
unless I'm dying, I
Like-
don't need anybody. It's just gonna pass.
Maximum I could say is like I really need to buy some medicine and I can't order it or something, and I'll be like, hey, on your way,
Get
can
me.
you drop me?
Yeah.
And it's like 2 minutes. Okay, you can leave now. You know, but I understand some people. I have friends that have that thing where. Oh, when I'm sick or when I'm feeling down, you need to be there and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
I think they are
That's a
needy.
bit of bullshit, right?
That is big
It
time
is.
bullshit.
But we
But I
agree
think
on
that
that.
also comes with age. I find that the older that I get, the more refined my definition of friendship becomes. Because when I was younger,
100%.
when I was younger, I was obsessed with friends.
Yeah, everybody was. Yeah.
Oof. I was obsessed with being friends with everybody and then having a best friend and having. I was crazy. And having people compete to be my best. I was insane. I needed
Okay,
therapy.
okay.
But anyway, but then the older that I got, the more I was satisfied with having just one person I could rely on, like an underlying social relationship. And then the rest I could just navigate according to the situation.
You know, I'll tell you guys. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I'll tell you. But I felt like you were finishing, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just-
Just checking. Just checking.
No,
just
it's
checking.
good, it's good.
You were on your way out. Okay. One day I went to. I don't want to say too much, but I'm sure he's not watching. Maybe he is, but
You
it's
have
fine.
that beep button. by the way.
Yeah, that's fine. So I was visiting a friend from Philly.
All right. Details,
he,
details.
He okay, well, it's big. Philly is big. Although, like, if he sees this, he'll recognize himself. But that's fine. So I went there, and he had. I haven't seen him in a very, very long time, like in a few years. And I went to see him, and he had obviously his clique and his friends, and they were all like very nice, etc. And he introduced me as he said, "Oh, this is Jawad, my best friend."
Okay,
And I was like-
I
No,
see.
I know that feeling. I know that feeling.
Right? You say
I
so.
beg to differ.
Honestly, I felt honored, and I know like he was a polite way to introduce me to his friend.
Yeah.
Like he's not just somebody who's just
Yeah.
coming because it was his graduation thing. He's not just coming to like hang out with us and party with us. He's a real friend from back home, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And he introduced me as his best friend. And the person I was with at that time, she said, "Oh, you didn't tell me he was your best friend." Well, I didn't know I was, but I guess I won something, and nobody told me. But the best friend thing, I think it was a very polite way to do it. But I felt a little bit like it was too much weight on my shoulders, and it's like I was like, "Man, thank you so much." And it's true that we were really, really good friends at that time. I'm just bothered by the best.
The label.
Like this one is the best. Like, so there is a second best. So there is a hierarchy. There is a ranking. And I think I also something that's interesting is when you don't see somebody for a very long time and you reconnect and it's like flawless, then you know you have
Yes,
somebody you can
definitely.
rely on, and it's like you don't need to like fill in the blanks and like fill in the silences, etc. Like when you feel comfortable with that person right away, even if you haven't seen him in years, I think that feels really good, and that's a big proof that this guy is or this girl is like a true friend in a way. You don't need to
100%.
yeah.
My
So-
best friend, personally,
Yeah.
because I have one.
You
all
have
right?
a best friend, really?
I
Name
do.
him
It's a dog.
or her.
In
He is a
reality.
dog. To be, oh my god! You just destroyed my whole argument. Besides my dog, which is very high in the hierarchy.
Do you have a human best friend?
I do.
Okay,
What a
let's talk
question.
about
What
I
a
that.
do.
sad question.
I do, and I'm gonna tell you something else. It's probably the person today that I communicate the less with,
Yeah.
that I see the least. Probably I see him once a year,
Yeah.
but he's still up in the hierarchy.
You know,
And
that's
why?
a very good
Why?
point. That's a very good point. I don't care, but keep going. Yeah.
Why is that? Right? It's also because you said when you grow up, relationships change, right?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
It's a good one.
I know I'm funny without even
I don't
trying.
even know.
What if
When you
try?
grow up, because you care, you start understanding things that like people have other things going on.
Yeah.
And that you're not in that relationship of, oh, you need to be there for me. Like
becomes
if I have troubles in my life or
Yeah.
whatever, the first thing I want the most is like not to annoy the people I really care about
True,
with it, and not burden them and
Yeah.
all that. So
I agree.
you know, like distance, all that stuff that you were saying in the beginning, I don't think it's defining at all.
No, you're right about the distance is probably not a factor because you've built the relationship enough for a long time. And I can relate to what you value as a relationship, a friendship, being somebody that you can be with or not and still keeps a high place in your esteem. But at the same time, it's like to build that relationship before the distance, you shouldn't have distance. So as you build up that relationship, you need to be close. You need to have shared some moments before that distance is created.
Yeah.
And then you hold on to everything that you created before, which keeps you together.
Yeah.
And this is where distance, if you didn't have that moment close together from the start or not enough
I
time.
don't know. Because you met one of my best friends, the second one on the list.
He's pushing through.
that,
maybe
that
one
you
day.
met,
Maybe
right?
one day.
We
Keep
never
working.
lived our whole lives, and I know this person for
Yeah.
15 years. We
Yeah.
never lived in the same country ever,
Yeah.
and
And he's number two. So
and
keep,
she's
keep
number
pushing.
two. And honestly,
Keep pushing,
my
baby.
birthday's coming up, so there's might be a
There's
number one spot.
opportunity for us.
There is an opening in number one. So keep pushing, baby. No, but like you have been moving all your life.
True.
Is it, of course, so you have to go through like with what he said, which is like it's harder to build a strong relationship when you are not physically in the same place, when you don't hang out with that person.
How did you keep it up with you guys not being in the same country?
They would
Well-
meet a lot in
How?
different countries.
Well, when you create like real deep relationships, you always find ways to
Like a distant
coincide.
relationship.
You had
Yes,
time to
of
build
course.
it? Or
That's a tough
do you
one.
guys like talk?
Honestly, I have friends that I still am in contact with today from almost every place I've been after I was like 10 years old.
Okay.
Interesting, because I lived in the States for
Because
12 years.
that's another thing that's very important. Thank you for
By
that.
all means, keep
all right?
interrupting, no problem. No
Relationships,
problem. No
mister. No, because I'm a very big believer in this
Okay.
cause, all right?
Okay, keep going.
Is something that you still need to
Maintain. See?
That's true.
Hey, when I can help, man, I'm here. Right here, baby, right here.
I'm done
Fabulous.
speaking for this podcast. Go ahead.
No, but like I lived in the States for 12 years. And honestly, I've met a lot of people. I had many friends. But since I've been back, I only kept in touch with maybe one or two. So I think distance does damage relationships.
Let me ask you, if you go back,
Yeah.
would you only reach out back to those two?
Yeah, probably.
None of the other ones?
Yeah, because I
Do
haven't
you
talked
hear
to
that,
them.
guys?
I haven't
But
talked
yeah.
to them in a long time. I think they're not watching anyways. They're motherfucker. Okay.
But they probably are, and for them, you're the best friend.
But the one who's watching and he knows himself, he's honestly, I've been really touched by the fact that he kept in touch with me because he's a shy guy and he watches the podcast, and I think that's a great gesture from him, and I really appreciated him. But distance destroys relationship. Whether it's like a
Platonic or otherwise.
love relationship or friends relationship. So let me ask you the next question, which is actually pretty interesting. Facebook friends. Like I think
is
this
good.
word is so wrong.
Yes.
Like on Facebook, you have everything but friends. You have just
Most
like,
of people on
Damn.
Facebook are all the non-friends that didn't make it to
Exactly,
the
because-
other social platforms that
because your
evolved.
friends, you talk to them.
We're
you,
shitting on Facebook specifically or
well,
social media?
Well, Mark, if you're watching,
No, just
don't buy YouTube,
just the
please.
Facebook friends and
Just
poking
Facebook
and
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg, don't watch, don't buy YouTube just yet. Let's make a little views, people. But like when you say Facebook friends, I saw a drawing that was really funny. Like a woman, she was like at her husband's funeral, and they had like a big room. And with many empty chairs,
Nobody came.
And she talked to the priest, and she said, "I don't know I don't know what's going on. Like he has 3,000 Facebook friends. Well, yeah,
Means nothing.
like nobody's gonna show up to his funerals. So I think a real friends, you build a relationship outside of social media. I think these are again social media friends, which are not real friends in real life. So that's why I said like Facebook friends are just BS in my opinion. But
I love the
don't
idea
know.
you guys brought up
I don't
about
know.
the maintenance thing.
Yeah,
If you don't maintain friendships,
yeah,
it easily. I'm not gonna say you can end the friendship altogether, but it does kind of damage it.
Yeah.
But then the thing about maintenance is it should not feel forced.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes you're not gonna want to go grab coffee with your friend at
True.
8 o'clock in the morning just because your schedules do not, you know,
match.
align.
Yeah.
But if you do that effort, I said do. If you do make that effort, and then you end up catching up and it feels nice, I think maintenance is important, but it should not feel forced. It should feel
100%.
at best annoying. You know,
And don't you hate when, especially in Morocco, we have that?
Tell
I
me.
fucking hate it.
Don't you hate it?
Don't you hate it? Okay, let's turn this down.
I clocked that.
Don't you hate it?
Tell me so. Don't you
Maximum
hate it
virility.
when like friends in Morocco, especially? I haven't had this experience outside of Morocco, but when they tell you, you haven't talked to me in
Ages. Where have you been?
like this is like they keep like
Yeah.
berating you and like attacking you because you haven't called them. Oh, now you're calling. Where have you been? I've been like 3 months. You haven't showed up. You never
But I
came.
have an answer
like,
to that.
listen, like,
Yeah.
First of
Phone-
all,
Why
Have
don't
you?
you have
show
called? Why didn't you
Phones
call?
work
Yeah, exactly.
both
It's
ways.
most of the time works.
yeah.
It's like, mais j'étais chez nous. You didn't
Yeah.
come to visit
Why
us.
didn't you
now.
call me?
But I was
Why
available.
didn't you come? Like, and
Yeah.
since when do I have to do something? I don't have to do anything.
And
I
guess
wanna-
who says that? Family.
All right. I see where you're
That
going.
was nice. That was a nice detour. And guess what? They don't even care most of the time. They just feel like they have to say it.
It's like a way to be polite.
Yeah.
It's a very twisted
so
way to be
twisted.
polite. It's so
Which
Just like,
twisted.
come in. You
That's
can
true.
It's
spend
such
the night.
an
but
impolite
please
way
leave
to be polite.
Like the
An
first
impolite way.
5 minutes, they will criticize you hard. They will come down on
Yeah.
you hard because now you come.
Oh, now you need something.
Yeah, no, like you haven't seen your uncle, or you haven't called me in 15 days, or you haven't. Oh, now you come, dude. Just be happy to see me, just like I'm happy to see you, and let's move on. Why don't you have to criticize me for the time I haven't been calling or whatever?
This
Like,
calls
it's-
for friendship
it's-
ending,
yeah,
which is a good
yeah.
segue for my question.
Yes.
Guys, I'm getting the podcast thing down. Anyway,
You are,
so
you are.
my question is, when do you end a friendship?
Ooh, it's very tough to break up with a friend.
True.
It's more conventional to break up with a lover, but to break up with a friend, how do you break up with a friend?
You stop showing up, you stop answering calls, and you disappear.
Just ghost him or ghost her. I don't know.
I
That's-
don't
that
do
works.
I break
paragraphs.
up with friends.
You do
You
the
tell them,
paragraph
listen,
thing?
Yeah, I broke up with
No,
one
no,
friend.
I just have a talk because usually to break up with a friend, it's not like a love
small
relationship or
happened.
something where it really needs to clash with your values.
Yeah, it's
like
big.
something
It's
that's
huge.
That's
So how would this conversation go? Like you broke up with a friend. So what did you say? Listen, it's not
Bitch.
working out.
I would simply say like
Don't call me no
I
more.
don't align with this shit, and
That's it.
just
Leave me alone.
bye.
Bye.
You know, I broke up with one friend. Sorry, did you want to go?
No, go ahead.
And it was very, very awkward because for friends are not like lovers because it's less intense. Like when you don't talk to them for 15 days or 2 weeks, it's fine with a friend. But so you have to really ask them, listen, it's over. Don't call me no more. Don't bother me. Like, I'm not gonna bother you. So just leave me alone. And it was a little bit tough. This friend screwed up a few times, and then he went way beyond the line that was like reasonable. So I had to call him.
I already apologized for that. By the way.
Listen, and he honestly, it felt like a breakup with the girl, because he was like, "Is it too cold? Do you want to close the door?"
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
So it's and he was like, so what? We're not friends anymore? What are you doing? I said, listen, man, I'm sorry, but you screwed up here, you screwed up there. No, that's bullshit. They lied to you. Listen, they didn't lie to me. I was there, and listen, I'm sorry. And then, just like any bad breakup, he called me one day in the middle of the night, drunk as fuck. And he's like,
I love you, man.
I'm dead
Take me back.
I'm dead serious. That's what happened.
Damn.
I'm dead serious. That's what happened. And I felt really bad. And I told him, listen, I will stay friend with you. If you need anything, I'm here.
That's it.
But I don't think we can maintain a regular conversations and regular hangouts.
Sted, I have a question for you.
Fuzzy, go ahead.
Was the girl involved in that?
No.
Okay.
Was money involved in that?
Allah. No.
That's the other evil. That's the other evil.
It could only be
What do you
that.
mean other?
No, look,
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Why would you break up? How is, it's logistics. It's
Yeah.
whatever. It depends. If they're far, then you could just disappear. If
Yeah,
they're
you
close,
just
you could just talk
ghost
to them. But why would you break? Would you consider breaking off? It feels weird saying breaking up. But breaking off a friendship because you guys are just not together physically anymore?
No, like the example Sad gave was actually really good. If you have some friends who are still like teenagers in their heads, and they're
Yeah.
like potheads, or like not really working and just spending
Yeah.
their life, wasting their life, etc., and you have more ambition, which is like I'm
Normal.
not judging one or the other. I'm just saying you want to go in another direction. Then you have to make the conscious decision to like
To
break
cut
up with
off.
this group
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
friends,
That's
and
true.
it's tough. And they might think, oh man, come on, you're being an asshole. No, yeah,
but it's not
I
always
have-
like a break off, like because some people
They're demoted.
they can
They're just
Wow.
yeah, you just don't give them
the
time,
social
because
score
some
thing
people
is gonna be
take
fun.
time to make to get
Just
to that
lost the
point of
start.
evolution
Yeah.
where you're at, but doesn't mean that in 2 years like that guy is not gonna like stop
No, if
smoking,
it-
and
yeah,
it's not
yeah,
like
that's-
that break off. The break off comes from
difference in values.
Yeah, what
when you
pointed
break
out
that
earlier.
reliability, that trust,
Loyalty.
like something
Absolutely.
that's
Yeah.
you can't like that changes really like the nature of the
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah,
in itself.
if your friend is starting to become, well, the word is toxic.
Yeah,
But if your friend is starting
that's
to
a very woke term.
Yeah,
to
very.
keep going.
Yeah.
So if your
We
friend
keep up with
is
the
starting
woke
to devalue, or not give importance to your values, not to be empathetic to what you believe in, and you just see that he's pulling you in his way, which you don't necessarily agree, or he doesn't want to come your way, and you're going in another direction. I think it naturally happens, and you don't need to come up and be like, I'm breaking up with you, breaking off our friendship, and basically it's just that it happens naturally.
Prepositions, you see that? I'm gonna show my
We're
students.
two English
Prepositions.
teachers here, so I try to make it sound okay.
That's good.
So
Broken.
That was an intrusive thought, and you know it.
Yes.
what I was saying,
Sorry, Sad.
it's fine. I'm used to it.
Just wrap it up, though.
Come on, bro.
Wrap it up, though. Time is.
No, I have time.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, so just saying that it happens naturally. There's some cases where you have to break it. That's when somebody has been offensive to
Yeah,
you.
that's true.
That is basically, if a friend acts like a stranger who's an asshole, you have to break it off. Like you can't stay in a relationship. But there is some cases in what you pointed out from my example. So coming back to what I say, because such a
So it's all
narcissist.
you. I'm sorry. Yes, it's all you.
When you separate from your friends because you're getting to, let's say, another dimension of life, maybe you're becoming, like I said, healthier, or you're going after travel, studying abroad or whatever, and then let's say you studied abroad a few years, you come back, you find your friends from the hometown, and you realize they're in the same spot, and you want to be their friends, and you love them, and you've had so much that you shared about them. But as much as you want it, life doesn't make it that they're suitable friends.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that sometimes it's not about even breaking it off. It's just that you're just not aligned. So you're just
It's
connecting.
compatibility.
You're not compatible anymore, but you still value that person. You're
course.
still, like you're saying, available to help that
Yeah.
person. But it's like, are you in my circle of friends? Are we going out to have dinner? Hey, if you show up by surprise, so happy to
Yes.
see you. But I won't call you.
That's true. I agree.
Yeah,
I'm
I
with you
agree.
on this
I
one.
agree.
You know,
But like I said, sorry,
keep going.
you can give them time. 2 years from now,
Yeah.
3 years from now, those same guys
Maybe.
might make the move, and all your history still holds value, right?
Yeah, people can change, of course. The
beauty of
So
life.
you know what? When you said about the definition of friendship, and I just thought about something. There is a very cool guy, Canadian actually, Jordan
Hamid.
Peterson.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jordan.
yeah.
Jordan Peterson,
my
really, really
favorite
cool
guy.
guy, really
Very
cool
favorite
guy,
guy.
very inspiring. And he said, "Watch carefully who is happy for your successes, who's truly happy, and who's just curious. Like when you achieve something great, just watch carefully who's really happy for you and who is just you're telling him, oh listen, I got a promotion. Well, but yeah, be careful because that job is not that great anyways. Oh really? Is that so? So when somebody is really happy for you and not jealous, I think that tells a lot. So a lot of people, a lot of your friends, when you tell them, something great happened to me, they either are jealous and they hide it behind, tell me more, right? Yeah, and they try to be negative, like give it a negative spin, or they will just be upset because, man, I wish I did this, I wish I did that. Well, yeah, and if you do, I will be happy for you. So generally, I'm very happy for my friends. And if, like, all the time, to be honest, but when I see that it's not reciprocal, and when I see my friends who are, like, not that they're not happy, like, their reaction is very tamed, and it's very, like, you did that? Well, okay, good for you, who cares? Like, I'm like, all right, so actually, I would have been happy for you if you got that promotion, or if you wanted to, like, sometimes when my friends tell me, listen, I have a great job opportunity, I'm gonna move outside the city or outside the country, yeah, I'm not going to be seeing them as much as we used to, but I'm still so happy for them because I know it's the right move for them. So friendship and is beyond, like, okay, I just want my best friend to be just
close
by
to
my
me.
side, and I
So-
want him to be a sidekick. No, I want him to be happy. And
As
if
a-
it's
as a
outside-
person, as
yeah,
a human.
exactly.
So you know when you
person.
get a new job and you
Yeah.
put it on LinkedIn and you get
Yeah.
all these likes. you
Yeah.
know. So my question to you is: are LinkedIn connections higher value than Facebook friends?
Fuck no.
No, I don't think they are. I don't think
In,
they are.
in the light of what you're saying, basically people supporting you and like are happy for you.
You can't-
versus
Are they really happy for you because they double tap and they gives you
Exactly.
hearts?
Because
I don't know,
what
just
he's
asking.
what he's saying is that it relies on really on the caring part of things,
Okay.
like genuine care, and that's not something that you can measure by any likes or any.
No, not necessarily just the likes, but somebody's gonna send you a message.
Man,
like,
LinkedIn. Who has a friend on LinkedIn? Everybody
I have
has.
a lot of friends of LinkedIn.
See,
I
now
have-
he
No,
has
it's not
friends,
friends.
even
I'm
on
sorry,
LinkedIn.
bro.
no, I have.
Did you ever make a friend on LinkedIn? Did you ever slide in someone's DMs in LinkedIn
Yes.
to do friendship stuff?
To do friendship stuff. Yeah. When-
let's go skateboard tomorrow.
No, seriously, like
Come on,
to
man.
give a concrete example to your question is when I was working for a startup and we started going like more frequently to Silicon Valley, and I know nobody in Silicon Valley, so I had to go and outreach to people working here, there, blah, blah, blah. And some people were like I was very curious about what they're doing. Like you were talking about curiosity. I was like, oh, design. Great, you're working in that. Okay, so we can share stuff together. And I
That's
met
called
that
networking,
person,
bro.
We have common interests, yeah.
But
okay.
then again, friendship definition, that's
The,
my
the,
problem.
the guy that holds the hot dog stand in Silicon Valley, did you reach out to him?
No.
Yeah, free hot dogs, baby.
Man, I
Yeah,
should've-
man, you
All
should
day.
have.
All
Bro,
day.
But just-
those hot dogs are
Just
crazy.
to come back to my initial statement, which is I have a problem with the definition,
Yeah.
is,
just
for
gave you
example,
one,
I have
that's
no, it's, there's 100 definitions, and she will have a definition, you will have a definition, and this is, maybe
Not
we should
better than
all
mine,
do.
but-
Don't you think there's a universal definition?
There is one in the dictionary, for sure. Okay, that's a universal definition.
very
we
vague,
can, we,
though,
we
yeah.
can, exactly, so it's vague.
Yeah, it is.
And like I have this, I don't think it's a problem, but like most of my friends in my life circle around my professional life.
yeah.
because I've been professional very young, most of my close friends are people that I have professional relationships with.
But also because it's your passion. So
Yes, so maybe if it was surfing,
Yeah.
all my friends would be surfers.
Yeah.
You're right. So so I
You
guess
don't have friends. Sorry, you don't have friends outside of what you do.
I hear pity like a
no,
maximum.
I'm not.
You don't have friends.
No, but if I'm to think about it, I probably have no, even those that are not kind of are.
Okay.
Whatever
Right?
that means. I mean,
No, even those that I didn't
to be or
meet.
not to be. I mean,
No, okay,
That
let
was
me
philosophical.
Very much so.
Even though that even those that I haven't met in a professional context, we somehow develop our relationship to be somewhat professional.
But isn't it maybe because I know you, right? So maybe
therapy session.
it's also your persona. You associate yourself a lot with what you do, like when you present yourself.
Definitely.
So you don't really open any other doors because you're kind of defined by it in a way.
Yeah.
Can you entertain an idea where you are friends with somebody who has nothing to
Yes,
do with what you
yes,
do?
absolutely. I'm
That's
just
a friend.
saying, consequence of life. This is what I like. Most of my friends today, like 90%, are like. It's not necessarily I work with them in the same company or whatever, but some kind of professional activity brought us close. Or and maybe because doing some self-assessment here.
Always good. That's what we're here for.
No, but,
Let him speak.
so maybe it's because over time, I lost my thought now. Okay, yeah.
Take your time.
No, but
Really? We do?
and then hurry up. So
Okay, so
Can I jump in for a second?
Please do.
If you don't
no,
mind.
No, I was just like.
So how,
I need to formulate
like,
myself.
when you have like a good friend, how much of a difference can you tolerate and still remain friends? For example, I like to play this game with a lot of people. Like, if you like vanilla ice cream and he likes chocolate ice cream, who cares?
I do. Sorry.
You do? Okay, then that makes a very short list of friends then. So, but like, how about if you have opposite political views?
Yeah.
It's chill.
Is it?
Yeah.
If he's a Nazi, that's okay.
That's not
Ay,
a
ay, ay,
man.
ay, ay, ay.
You're going at
Well, that's what I'm saying. If he's extreme right,
No.
if he
To
left-
answer your question, we already answered it. If you were paying attention to the
I
podcast, sir,
was.
is as long as it doesn't clash with your values.
Well, that's what do you value as a deal breaker?
And Nazi, if he goes out and starts like putting people in
No, I
gas-
think
gas
that having,
chambers.
I
it
think that
kind of
being
goes-
friends with people from different political perspectives, different opinions, I think it's super important. I think it's the toughest relationships to maintain, but it makes the strongest relationships. In most sense, you have a certain view of the world, and that person will be friendly enough to be transparent fully with their opinions, where you can actually test your opinions versus the world.
But can you be like good friend who's with somebody who's like borderline racist?
No.
Yes, I am friends with somebody who's borderline racist, and I'm helping him be
Evolve.
less racist, and he's helping me see why he is racist, which is a different perspective to my life.
So he might convince you.
Maybe he did.
So there is a chance.
No, because there's borderline racist by ignorance.
Yeah.
Well,
Which a
racism
lot
is
of-
ignorance.
Yeah.
No, no.
For most people.
Some people is
Debatable.
by
I
a
think-
lot
I
of
think he
knowledge.
challenges
Some people
him.
are PhDs in racism.
Well,
so-
ignorance is not a degree. If you followed our previous podcast, you would have known. But
Oh my God,
Listen.
so Anna, you don't
preparing-
think you can be friend with somebody who is like borderline racist? He said, "Listen,
I'm too
I don't
old for
like."
that shit. I'm too tired for. There were points in my life where I was very, where I was very interested in changing the world and
That's true. That's a
having
phase.
so many people just listen to my point of view because I want to change everything around me. But then at a certain point, I'm just like I don't give a fuck anymore.
just live your life.
Just
Oh,
whatever.
okay.
I don't believe in what you believe in. We can debate for sure. We can have a conversation about this. I think a form of friendship is cultivating an environment healthy enough to debate. But then, I'm not ready for that shit.
bro. This is so well said because healthiness is where what's it's all about. Because like in relationship, like love relationships, when you're younger, you always want to be that Jesus.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I will
oh, but he's
save
this one.
everybody.
I'll change him or I'll change her and all that stuff. Truth is, you want the end product, bro. That's what you need to,
But
to
you
aim for.
cannot get an end product. I think,
Not a completely end
Can you-
product, but
let's give you another example. Can you be a friend with somebody who's a little cheap?
Yes.
I have many cheap friends,
Me too. Me too.
and you know who you are.
Me too. Right?
Fix it.
So, but honestly, it's I think that's one of the things that bothers me a little bit. Like if he votes left or right, whatever, like okay, whatever, but not extreme right or extreme left. But like if he's a little cheap, I'm like, it will amuse me a little bit maybe because I'm like, oh, it's like an experiment. Let's see what he's gonna do here. Don't worry, I'll pay, but I want to see what his move is. Okay, oh, I forgot my
Tactics.
wallet. Oh, again, don't worry about it. And I smirk and I'm like, yeah, of course you did. All right,
Sure.
here
Do
you
you see
go.
how relaxed you are when you talk about something like this versus racism? Because it's just a character trait. You're
That's
not
true.
going to like
That's true.
100% of your
course,
friends.
Of course,
Or
of
love
course.
them.
We all have a racist uncle who's like, yeah, I don't like those motherfuckers.
Yeah, me, it's an aunt.
Like Ukrainians, yeah, they can come in my house any day. How
Yeah.
about people from whatever Sudan? No, I'm good.
We love people from Sudan. Just saying.
Of course we do. Of course we do. But I'm saying like we can tolerate certain things until we cannot anymore. So
I think to the point of making the world a better place is basically the more diverse your friends are, the more
Exactly.
windows you have into the world.
yeah,
If only those mics can be dropped.
please don't. Yeah, that's
Very,
true.
very true.
I think
Very,
diversity
very true.
is fantastic. Have always been attracted by people with diverse background because you learn so much from them.
Can I add something to that?
Please.
In contrast, is that I find trouble becoming friends with people that are too much like me.
That's very
That's
true.
because you're annoying as fuck, bro.
I know, bro.
No, that's true.
I know.
I don't like yes people. People who you feel like they have no personality. They're like, do you want to go eat? Yes.
Yes, I do. But I don't feel like doing it. No, me neither. Me neither.
Yeah, me neither. Oh, you're right. It's stupid.
I like friendships that challenge you.
Absolutely.
And I like friendships that bring out versions of you didn't know existed.
Exactly. They call your bullshit.
I'm dropping mics
Very
left
good.
and right.
Very
Left
good,
and
dude.
right.
Last thing, and then we wrap it up. Do you believe
In love
there
after
could
life.
there could be friendship between men and women?
We're
Man,
gonna
are you
pull
serious?
the
Okay,
car
your
today.
subject for the next
This
podcast.
Finish
The
this shit.
podcast.
You
Finish
have 10
it.
seconds.
Let me
You
think
start.
about it. Let me marinate on it. You guys always
I
say
have-
the
Next
podcast.
podcast.
Can you be friend with a girl?
I grew up without
Come
that.
on. Just
Oh my
give
God. Come
us
on.
the short version.
Just the
Give us the
Conclusion.
bottom line.
I'm learning that yes.
Okay, move on. No, just going. So keep going. What do you mean you
No,
learned?
no, no. You wanted
So
the
it
short
was
answer.
no at the beginning, and then now it's
No,
evolving.
that's why I wanted to explain.
Okay, go
if
ahead.
you'd let me.
Of course,
Is
go
I
ahead.
grew up in a conservative Muslim environment
Yep.
where. With a family full of boys
Okay.
until my sister came to the world.
Okay.
And so I wasn't close to the feminine kind.
Okay.
So I did not have a chance to develop
damn
friendships.
feminists.
So even in Canada, right?
Yeah,
So you
even
grew
in
up
Canada. So no, I had
So
like
in
you
school-
know,
Like
Like
you know,
his immediate community was.
yeah, yeah.
No, you have school friends
Acquaintances,
again,
yeah,
like
yeah.
in a context, but like, hey, mom, I'm coming home with my friend to play Xbox. Like,
Yeah, this-
she's not.
It's not gonna fly.
There's no long hair coming, you know. So, but it's fine. I realized later that my parents didn't have any care for that.
Yeah,
For as
yeah.
long as you know what you're doing
yeah,
with
yeah,
yourself.
as long as it stays respectful, of course.
Exactly, but because I was distant from women in my life, I did not build that sense for friendship. Coming here in Morocco, which I find surprisingly more than the West, men and women are more mixed in true friendship rather than just like, hey, look at me, whatever.
Yeah.
I see more
Get a little
girls, I see more men and women actually sharing friendship bonds. So this is actually coming back here that I'm realizing like that I'm meeting girls that could be like the hottest girls ever, but I'm meeting them like it's a friendship environment because the social norm sets it that way. I find in Western countries it's a bit more sexualized, the friendship between both sexes. I don't think it's wrong. I just think that it's a bit more obvious that you're trying to you're trying to show and you're trying to buy and you're trying to.
So you think like, okay, Hannah, did you have time to think? It was a long time, so
Yeah, I
you
did.
better come up with
So
an
I
Yeah.
can
answer.
be your buffer.
that
I
was
can
a
be
good
all of you guys
answer.
buffer
That
if
was
you
a
want to
good
think.
answer. Yeah.
Jump on his comments and make up your mind.
I do believe in friendship between men and women. Very plainly put, because
So do you have
I have
boys,
a lot of
friends?
yes, I have a
There is
boyfriends.
no-
Excuse you.
like
I
boy
have a, I'm just kidding.
friends? Like do you have?
Boy
Yes, I
so
do.
there is no
Yes, I do.
no
I do.
no intentions
No,
behind it.
arrière-pensée, no
Yeah.
nothing. Yes, yes.
It
I
is.
have friends who are boys, and
Mm-hmm.
I love them or I like them for them. I don't really have.
And you think it's the same thing for them?
I don't know.
Let's find out. All right.
All right. Anyways,
All right.
I don't know, but then
Yeah,
again,
Rashid,
to follow up,
I think there is a way, baby. You know.
Okay, we're gonna take a commercial break and come back on phase 2 of this podcast.
to follow up again, the moment I sense I get a whiff of any intentions,
You're out.
I'm out because I don't care about what the person is thinking. You know, I'm not going to be able to know that. I just, if it manifests in our friendship in any sort of way that I don't appreciate, then I'm dipping.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and I expect the same for him as well. If he feels like I'm not valuing the relationship based on his or the friendship based on his sex, based on him being a man, then he can
Yeah,
dip.
but
It's
some
fine.
relationships started as friendships.
Sure.
True.
Okay.
So
But real
No, don't do that,
friendship
Joel.
between
Don't
a
do
man
that.
and a woman.
Don't do that.
you never know.
Hey,
Finger crossed. No, so do you think like
I
a
think
man and a woman can be friends?
true, real, like 100% real relationships between a man and a woman is possible, but only if
If they're both ugly.
that's
Come on.
that's one of
Honestly,
no, that's one of the
really
that's one of the
Validating.
possibilities
Okay, go.
where there's no attraction between both, or if it's very clear, even if there was like a little je ne sais quoi
I
love when you say
attraction,
that.
right? If it's cleared out, you
Yeah.
know, like once the dossier is,
Closed.
you know, squared, then there's possibility of real friendship, because there's people out there that are very sneaky that
Yeah.
can wait
A long time.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
2,
What about you,
3,
Joel?
4.
Yeah, they are snaky. I'll tell you that. Yeah,
What
yep,
about
yep.
you? Do you believe in friendship between both?
I honestly, I did, and then I was, and then I was,
You got married and
explained-
your wife
No.
convinced you otherwise.
No, honestly, I think that there could be a relationship between a man and a woman, and
Friendship,
honestly, friendship. Honestly, it helps if one of them is ugly as fuck. I'm not
the
gonna,
honesty,
honestly, it's true. Like
Okay.
it's
helps.
easier to be friend with the, let's be honest, with a fat chick than with like
Hey,
a good-looking model.
Woke
And-
police,
and-
woke
and-
police.
and vice versa, and vice versa. Unattractive, overweight.
No,
But it's
You're
not her
editing this.
fault.
You're-
The diet in this country
We're
is
gonna get
horrendous.
flagged right away.
No, but honestly, I really believe that.
I think what you're
it's
trying
tough.
to say is you want to rule out the option of physical attraction
like let me put it this
because
way.
that's gonna create
don't
some.
put it that way.
like
Okay, take it out, but don't put it his way because we're gonna get flagged.
if when I was with girls and even my wife, she has friends who are men. I have no issues with that, and I'm sure I have friends who are women, and she has no issues with that. I think there is a, like you said, when you start when it sounds fishy, when it smells fishy, like you feel like somebody, the other person has different intentions, then you either play dumb and then you're like, okay, I'm out. And it's very easy. You cannot say, "Oh, I was drunk and she kissed me." That's
Yeah,
bullshit.
yeah,
Like
true.
if you can tell, you can smell it, you can feel it, and if you are a really good friend with him, and he's always like, "Oh, you're so pretty." Come on, let's move on. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's it. I think it's very
there
obvious.
is friendship between men and women.
True.
Because it's always important to have shared experience.
Yeah.
You're never gonna know what it is to be a woman, and I'm
True.
never gonna know what it is to be a man.
And
Absolutely.
someone needs to cook. No.
Wow.
That was good. That was nice.
Let's wrap it up.
That makes mine a lot softer. Okay, on this one,
On this note.
I think we're gonna close here. Hannah, did you want anything to add?
No,
You have
I'm
anything to
never
add?
coming back,
Okay.
you guys.
All right, guys, I think this is it for today. We're gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much. This
Thank
was
you.
another day in paradise with Hannah, Sad, and Reda, and myself. Thank you so much. Take care.